Your future depends on the choices that you make right now. Hope is not a strategy. Here's where people honestly mess up. If you got $10,000 in debt, you can get out of it within the next 6 months. And I'm gonna give you the game plan right now on how you could do a 6-month debt destruction right now. A short-term discomfort that leads to long-term freedom. Do what you gotta do for the next 6 months. 6 months of hustle versus a lifetime of stress. Which one would you choose? Do not sit on your skills. Whatever it takes, use it. As we set new habits, old habits got to go. What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the table. It's your boy, Anthony ONeal. Today, we're gonna be doing something a little different, a little special, and I'm gonna try and get through within 20 to 25 minutes because I really wanna get our content a little bit shorter and direct to the point. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you join this amazing community because this community, we are all about eliminating and eradicating $1 billion in debt and building $500 million in wealth by 2050. So if you hit that subscribe button, if you join this community, you're joining millions of people who want to hit that goal within their own personal life. And speaking of that goal, someone hit my DMs last week with a question I'm sure many of you are feeling. This question is pretty simple, but I want to talk about it today. They said, Anthony, if you woke up and you were back in $10,000 in debt, what would you do? And y'all know me. I'm not here for any fluffy answers. I want to get straight to the point, keep it 100% real with you, because most money experts say that it takes 3 to 5 years to clear about $10,000 in debt, depending on if you have the average American income. Well, I'm about to show you on today's show how you can fix this within a matter of 6 months, 6 to 12 months. Now, why? Now, Anthony, whoa, wait, whoa. Well, let me tell you why. Because your future depends on the choices that you make right now. You don't have time to be wasting. You don't have time to be comfortable over the next 3 to 5 years getting out of debt. No, I need you to get out of it right now. So I need you to grab a notebook. I need you to cut off some distractions. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb if you're watching this on your phone right now. And I need you to lock in for the next 20 minutes. All right? Let me do a reality check up front. All right, I want to be honest. You don't get into debt overnight. And what bothers me is we want to get out of it overnight. But here's the truth. You can break free faster than what you realize. Let me say that one more time. It takes us a little bit of time to get into debt. But we want to get out of it quickly. Like we want to wake up tomorrow and be 100% debt free. That can't happen, but it can happen quicker. Here's where people honestly mess up. They settle for minimum payments, keeping them stuck in debt for years. So they'll put $10,000 on the credit card, for an example. And if that minimum payment is, let's say, $100 a month, where they're going to pay that $100. Well, you're saying, well, Anthony, let's do the math. If we just do that, that's $1,200 a year. That's 10 years to get out of that credit card debt if we had no interest. Here's the next thing where people mess up. We wing it without a plan. And I gotta say this now. Hope is not a strategy. Well, I hope I can get out of debt. Well, I hope if I just pay the minimum payment, eventually I'll get out of debt. No. Hope is not a strategy. Here's another one. I want to talk about this up front. We want to get out of debt. We got $10,000 on the credit card. We have hope, which is not a strategy, but we do not change our spending habits. We keep swiping other cards. We keep spending unnecessary money. And let me tell you what else we also do. We keep listening to our broke friends. What's going on, fam? Hey, listen, if you're serious about getting out of debt, building real wealth, and creating a life of freedom, this is your home. I want to personally invite you to subscribe to the channel right now, because every single week we're dropping videos that will help you take control of your money. It will help you shift your money mindset and break money generational cycles. You see, this channel isn't just content. It's honestly a movement. Over 1 million people have joined this community over the last 4 years. I'm still blown away by that, to be honest. And our mission is bold. It is to eliminate $1 billion in debt and build $500 million in assets by the year of 2050. We talk real money, real freedom, and real legacy here at the table. No fluff, no credit card hacks, just the truth that will set you and your family up for a better financial future. Do yourself a favor and join this family, join this movement by hitting that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications and join this journey, because this is where financial freedom begins. Let's get back to the show. Hit that subscribe button. But let's go back to this 10,000, because I want to paint this picture and give us a clear reality check up front. $10,000 at an 18% interest rate, making minimum payments, that's way over 3 years. And watch this, not only is it over 3 years, but if my math is correct, that's an extra $4,000 on top of the $10,000 you gotta pay back, which is interest. So we're talking about a $14,000 total. But y'all, there's a smarter way. You can get out of debt. If you got $10,000 in debt, you can get out of it within the next 6 months. And I'm going to give you the game plan right now on how you could do a 6-month debt destruction right now. Now, normally I really haven't done this, but I want to give you the plan. I want to list out what do you do by week, what do you do by week 5, by week 6, by week 10. So here's the blueprint to my debt destruction method with 4 clear pillars. And I'm going to have Ed put it up on the screen, take screenshots, share this with your friend. Here's pillar number 1, all right? You got to have an emergency stop. Okay, first thing is first, you got to stop the bleeding. What I mean by this, one of my good friends, she's an ER doctor, and she says, Anthony, when people rush in, the very first thing people ask me is, what's wrong with them? Can you fix them? Well, when they come into the ER, whether it's a gunshot wound or sickness, or they pass out, have a stroke, the very first thing is, I gotta stop the problem. I gotta stop the bleeding. I need to get them stable. So I gotta stop whatever is causing them to get to that. I can't really fix them yet. I gotta stop the problem. How do we stop the problem? How do we stop the bleeding financially? Simple. Stop borrowing money. No new debt. I know there's so many people out there that say, oh my God, don't close the credit cards because it's gonna make your credit score go low. Bump that. If you gotta cut up those daggone credit cards so that when you can stop the financial bleeding, cut them up. I can show you how to get back to a 700, 800 credit score without any debt. But if keeping your credit cards is going to tempt you to spend more money, cut them freaking cards up. Delete the apps. Whatever it takes for the next 6 months, we are all in on debt elimination mode. It's pillar number 1. An emergency stop on financing, borrowing, and putting things on credit. Stop it. Here's pillar number 2. We got to have an income explosion. Yeah. We got to have an income explosion. Breaking down this $10,000 in 6 months. That's about $1,667 per month, or roughly $417 a week. Let's be real. Most budgets don't have that kind of money just laying around. So what is it? It's time to make some more money. Because a lot of y'all don't have an extra $400 a week that you can spend, yet alone an extra $1,600 a month. But wait a minute, pause. We did that to ourselves. We financed the money. We financed the $10,000. So now that we understand it, we made that decision and we added this extra weight on top of us. We have to, 1, stop the bleeding, Number two, we gotta make some more income. And when it comes to income, in today's day and time, you gotta get a side hustle. Whether you got a DoorDash, whether you got an Uber, freelance some gigs, you gotta get a side hustle. When I think of side hustles, man, if you have a 9-to-5 job, right now you can get a side hustle. If you go to a program like Careers and go there for like 20 weeks, get you a QA position, get certified in QA, man, you can be working at home on the side, making an extra $20,000, $30,000 a year just from doing quality assurance. I'm gonna have them put that up on the screen right now, because if you can get this education, get this certificate, go apply for a company. So many different companies need this information. They need QAs. So while you have this full-time job, you can have this side gig because you got a certificate. Now you're making an extra 20, 30, even up to 6 figures a year by doing something on the side. Which leads me to the next thing when it comes to having that income boost. Work extra shifts. Heck, sell some things. But here's the thing where I really want to land at, where I think a lot of us are not we're not really tapping into this. Leverage your skills. If you're a school teacher, tutor. If you're a successful business person, you've built a good business, do some consulting. I was just sitting down with a friend of mine. He just stepped down from pastoring because he was just tired. And he's like, man, what can I do right now, AO? I said, it's simple. Consult. You built a decent sized church. Man, go help these smaller churches who are struggling to get past 100, 200 members. Consult with them. So you're still making money, but you're using your skills. Do not sit on your skills. Whatever it takes, use it. One of my good friends, she was a school teacher. And when COVID happened, I think y'all have heard me mention this before. When COVID happened, of course, people stopped, and it was hard for kids to start learning online. So what she did is she created a business on the side. When she got done with the classroom on Zoom, she told parents, hey, I'm starting a tutoring business. I will tutor your kids and show them and help them get ready for SAT, the ACT scores back then on the side. She took her skills and she turned it into something. One of my good friends, Amy Porterfield, said this, which was so good. She said, man, take your 10% edge and turn that into a course. What do you mean? Okay, wait. All of us may be mothers, but some of us may be first-time mothers. Well, I'm on my 3rd child. I have an edge above you. I'm not better than you, but I have a little bit of an edge. So let me take this 10%, put it into a course, put it into a webinar, and let me sell it for 50 bucks. Let me help mothers. But while I'm helping mothers by saving them time to where they can rest, where they can sleep, while I'm saving mothers headaches and pains, I can make a little bit of money. One of my good friends, she did that, and she mentioned something that was interesting. I never knew about this. Again, it goes back to the 10% edge. I'm gonna give y'all some free game. Let me know in the comment section if you've tried this before. But man, she said, Anthony, I've had 3 kids. The first kid, when my baby would cry, it would just bug me. And then my great grandmother came to me. She said, hey, babe, go in the bathroom, run the water, run the shower, let the steam come out. I was like, okay. And he said, and sit on the toilet with your baby, and the steam and the sound of the water would calm the baby down. And it will calm them down to eventually it will put them to sleep. And she said, Anthony, I tried that on my 2nd son halfway through, and it worked. And she said, and I wish my great grandmother would have told me that 4 years ago with my first child. It would have saved me sleep. I could have slept more. I wouldn't have so many migraines and headaches. But because my grandmother had this edge, because she raised 7 kids of her own, she found out some things. What on the inside of you could help someone else who's particularly in your same field? What edge do you have that you can sell? Not what can you chat GPT, but no, what skill, what gift, what have you learned in life that for a reasonable fee, you can teach someone else that can make you more money. You see, your pride is not more valuable than your financial freedom. I need you to figure out what can you do to generate some more income. And whatever that takes for these next 6 months, that's what you got to do. Building credit the traditional way is slow and confusing. And most credit cards want you to rack up debt just to boost your score. You see, I used to think that you had to choose between staying debt-free or having a good credit score. But, here's what I've discovered. There's actually a way to build credit without any credit checks, without going into debt, and without paying crazy interest fees. And it works faster than I thought possible. See, my friends at Kickoff, they are the truth. They are doing something different. They help you build credit the right way without the debt trap. I've seen people go from no credit to a 700 plus score using their system. And they did it completely debt free. Say it one more time, completely debt free. Over 150,000 people have left 5-star reviews on the App Store. Users see an average of 34 points increase in their credit score. Some even see, watch this, up to 84 points within the first 12 months. These aren't just numbers. These are real people getting approved for homes and getting better interest rates. Here's the truth. Every month you wait is another month of paying higher interest rates on everything. A good credit score can save you a lot of money. Thousands on a mortgage, hundreds on car insurance, and even help you skip the security deposits. Don't let bad credit cost you money. I want you to visit anthonyoneal.com/kickoff right now to get started for as little as $1 on your first month. I want you to build credit the debt-free way because your future self will thank you. Pillar number 3, I need you to have an expense audit. Because right now, for the next 6 months, we're cutting everything, baby. Anything that is not essential, it got to go. Eating out? No. It's time to meal prep. Subscription services, Netflix and Hulu got to go. Entertainment, find some free or budget-friendly alternatives. Expensive habits, hair ladies, shoes brothers, they got to go. For the next 6 months, I want you to have short-term discomfort that leads to long-term freedom. Period. I need you to go through your expense sheet, which is your budget. I need you to look at all of your expenses and say, I'm gonna cut it for the next 6 months. I'm gonna cut this, I'm gonna cut that, I'm gonna cut this. Because I promise you, short-term discomfort will lead to long-term freedom. And watch this, you can come back. How do I know? Because I'm going through it right now. I have not had a cheeseburger in a month. I haven't had any sweet, tangy wings in a month. I haven't had any ribs in a month. It is discomfort. I gotta eat salmon, fish, shrimp, or ribeye with broccoli, asparagus, some form of green. I can't even have a banana. I can't have sweet tea and a lemonade. I can't have a Sprite. I'm having short-term discomfort because I'm tired. Woo! I'm tired of what the long-term past has on my body. I got tired of waking up and seeing that big belly. I got tired of not being able to run a mile all the way through without feeling like I'm going to pass out. I got tired of feeling like I'm bloated and always having gas. But now this short-term discomfort, my stomach is halfway gone. Oh my gosh. I can run a mile all the way through. Haven't gotten it to the time that I wanted, but I feel good. I want to live longer. I want to live longer. If I want to live longer, I got to watch what I'm putting inside of my body. And if you want to have financial freedom, you got to be willing to cut some things so you can experience financial freedom and financial peace. Here's pillar number 4. You got to master the debt snowball. You have to master the debt snowball. For the next 6 weeks, I need you to line up all of your debt from smallest to largest. okay? Three simple things. Let's say up for the debt snowball. Let's say your first one is 500, 5,000, 10,000. 500 credit card, 5,000 personal loan, for an example. And let's say you have $10,000 in a car note. You're gonna make all your minimum payments on all of them. You're gonna make a minimum payment on the $500 credit card, the $5,000 personal loan, and the $10,000 car note, your minimum payment. Let's say, for an example, because you went through your expenses, you did an audit. Let's say the first one, the $500 credit card. Let's say that $500 credit card is a $50 minimum payment a month. But say you found an extra $200 inside of your budget because you went through your audit. So you're gonna take that extra $200. You're not gonna buy nothing. You're not going out to eat. You ain't taking her out on no date, brothers. For the next 6 months, you're dialed in. You're gonna take that $200 and put it on top of the 50. Now I'm gonna remind you, that's a $500 credit card. So this means that you're paying $250 on this first one. Well, you should be done with that credit card within 2 months. Now you're taking that $250 and putting it on top of this $5,000 loan. Let's say that $5,000 loan was $200 a month. Okay, now you're taking this $250 and putting it on top of the $200. Now you went from making a $200 payment to a $450 a month payment. Why is this important? Because that extra $250 is going all towards the principal. The more principal you knock out on a monthly basis, the less interest you pay moving forward. And then you do the same thing, you roll over to the next. So once you get done with that, now you got 450 on the 10,000. Let's say that is $350 a month. So you take this 450, put on top of the 350. What's that? 4, 5, 6, 7. That's $800 a month that you're putting on top of this thing. The debt snowball. It doesn't make math sense. But this is truly about building momentum, seeing fruits of your labor up front. Because the science is, if I can see fruit, I get excited. I get excited when I see my chest starting to line up. I get excited when I see my stomach getting flat. I got really excited. A couple of weeks ago, I had to speak in LA and I was able to button up my suit jacket and I didn't have to breathe in and hold it while I was talking. No. It felt good to see, oh shoot, I covered it up and my stomach wasn't as bloated, wasn't as big, and I could still breathe regular. So those are the 4 pillars that we're going to be working on for these next 6 weeks if you are in debt. But now I want to give you a weekly breakdown. I told y'all, I'm trying to give y'all the math. I got 5 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. All right. So let's get very, very practical. If I'm in $10,000 of debt, those are the 4 pillars that I'm working on. But here's the weekly game plan. Weeks 1 through 2, I call this a setup phase. This is where I audit all of my debts and all of my expenses. I'm going to launch a side hustle and I'm going to sell off any unnecessary items. All right. So I'm talking about if I got extra purses, if you're a woman, I'm selling some of them. Why do I need 5 different purses? I need financial freedom, because here's the truth. Here's something that my coach told me. And I want to say this from the very beginning of the plan. He was like, Anthony, you're going to be able to get back to eating a good cheeseburger every now and then. You're going to be able to get back to eating wings every now and then for sure. But right now we need to clean out your body, detox your body, get your body at a place to where you like, to where now when you train your body that you're going to be eating healthy, when something that tastes good but is unhealthy for your body, well, it'll flush it out quicker because they'll know, wait, the last 3-4 months you've retrained. We like salmon, we like fish, we like a good ribeye, we like some shrimp, we like light things on our stomach. So this is heavy. No, it can't stay here. Goodbye. Boom. And it's the same thing with our money. As we set new habits, old habits got to go. Not saying you won't never be able to get Netflix back or you won't be able to go and get your hair done. No. But you'll be so used to a healthy financial habit that you'll be able to get your purse back. But right now we need to sell it, because your target for the first 1 to 2 weeks is about $800 to $1,000 going towards that. $800 to $1,000 going towards that. Now, weeks 3 through 8, this is where we build that momentum. I call this the momentum phase, because now our side hustle cash should be flowing in a little bit. We had 2 weeks to get it figured out. Now, okay, we should start seeing a little bit of money flowing in from our cash flow. Now that we got a little extra money coming in from our side hustle, from our side business, this is when you got to really stick to your budget. I'm talking about if it's not on your budget, it's not in your life. If it's not in your budget for this month, it's not in your life for this month. Because the target for these next 2 weeks, I'll say a few weeks, you should be spending about $1,600 monthly going towards your debt payments. Say it one more time. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You should be spending about $1,600 a month going towards debt payments. You're sticking to your budget. You did a financial audit. You have some extra cash coming in. And I don't know why I'm gonna say this again, but I feel led to say this again. Y'all, if you got a DoorDash, if you got an Uber, if you got an Instacart, do what you gotta do for the next 6 months. Because weeks 9 through 24, we're gonna finish strong. I call this a finish strong phase. You're gonna be putting that debt snowball in full effect. You're gonna start seeing that thing happening. And what you're gonna get excited about is, as you're seeing your debt pay off, you're gonna see more money freeing up. And when you see more money freeing up, you're gonna get really excited because it's like, wait a minute, once I get done paying off this 10,000, 15,000, whatever it is, wait, this is all now extra money back in my pocket? Wait a minute. I got an extra $1,000 a month back in my pocket. I got an extra $1,500 a month, $2,000 back in my pocket a month. Wait a minute. Now the next thing is going to be, Anthony, I got an extra, I got a margin of $2,000 a month. What do I do with that? I got it. I got it. You're going to complete the debt freedom. Now you're going to start investing. Listen, consistency is key. I remember when I first lost my 12 pounds, man, I got super excited. Man, I went out and I had like 3 cheat days, not cheat meals, but cheat days. I skipped a week and I slipped back to my weight. When I slipped back to my weight, I went hard the next week. I didn't drop that much. And I was discouraged because, man, I just put in all that work for a week. Yeah, but the week before that, you put in a lot of bad work. You weren't consistent from the very beginning. And I said, yo, I can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. Here's what's going to set you apart from those people who are financially stuck and from people like me who are financially blessed. And here's the truth. It's not because I make more money than people. It's not even because I have a better skill, watch this, or a better career than people. It's that I've changed and I shift my mindset around money. You have to start operating like someone who's already debt-free. Because every financial decision that you make should move you closer to financial freedom. One question that I ask myself on a regular, and that you should ask yourself on a regular, is will this financial choice help me eliminate debt faster or delay my freedom? So if I was in debt, that's the question that I would ask myself. And that is the question that I did ask myself when I was in debt. If I make this decision with my money, is it going to help me get out of debt faster or is it going to delay my financial freedom from coming? Because what we have to remember in this season of our life, this is temporary sacrifice for permanent freedom. We're going to have temporary sacrifices for permanent freedom. 6 months of hustle versus a lifetime of stress. Which one would you choose? 6 months of hustle or a lifetime of stress? Listen, I know this plan for the next 6 months sounds tough, but staying broke for the rest of your life is tougher and miserable. You have two options: 6 months of focused intensity or 3 years of financial struggling. I know the choice I would make if I was in your shoes. Listen, if this hit home for you today, I did it within 27 minutes. I want you to hit that like button, subscribe to join the family, and drop your comment. Let me know below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you have more than 10,000, you want me to do one on 20,000, 30,000 of debt, let me know inside the comment section what you'd like me to talk about, because this is all about you. All right, I'll see you in the next show. Peace out.